Hey guys, Dr. Reese here. Today we're going to be talking about the upper cervical region, some of the structures in the area, some of the functions of the area, and some of the conditions you might see as a result of a misalignment in your upper neck. So let's jump into this. Up top we've got your skull, which contains your brain. We've got that top bone, the atlas. We've got that second bone, the axis. In between those you can see this structure here, and that's your brain stem. Remember that for later, it's very important. And then your brainstem connects to the spinal cord, which produces all these spinal nerves that then form nerves that go out to the rest of your body. So let's talk about this. The brain is in charge of higher thinking and the conscious thoughts that you actually process in a day. It's also a part of learning and speech and all those good things. But it also controls movements and a lot of the other functions in your body. And how it does that is it uses your brain stem like a bridge. So its job is to connect the brain and all of its signals to the spinal cord that goes out to the rest of the body. And it also allows for those signals to come back through the spinal cord, through the brain stem, back to the brain. So it's a two-way highway. This is important because when you have a misalignment in the upper neck, it can put pressure on the brainstem right here, and that can disrupt the flow of signals. So you can have that signal being sent, but it might get a little screwy as it's going its way down, or it might not make it there altogether, and that can result in a whole lot of health conditions, especially chronic health conditions. The brainstem is also important because it controls things like posture and body balance, your blood pressure, heart rate, and even your breathing. So a lot of those things that you don't think about. It's more of your primitive brain. So if you've ever heard the term where somebody is brain dead, that often is because of their actual brain has stopped functioning. But if they're still breathing, that's because the brain stem is still intact, and that's what keeps you alive, right? So we don't want pressure on that because that's going to result in a lot of chronic issues like vertigo, like migraines, obviously neck pain, but it can also produce symptoms in other areas of the body. If it's connecting the signals from up top to everything down below, you can have a misalignment here and you won't see the effect. It could even be in lower structures like your feet. You could have foot pain, sciatica, low back pain, digestive issues. It controls everything and coordinates everything in the body. So those issues can be seen anywhere. So how do we fix this? How does this relate to upper cervical care? So once we find that you have this misalignment in your upper neck and it's putting pressure on the brainstem, we go ahead and we run scans to measure the pressure so we can confirm that it's actually there. Then we take x-rays so that we know how these bones have misaligned so we can correct them properly. And once we do that, that is how we restore function to the nervous system and help you with all these chronic health conditions. It's very different from traditional chiropractic where you walk in and we're looking for a crack or a pop, and people think that's the adjustment. For us, it is restoring function to the nervous system and getting this pressure off the brainstem, and that's what makes us different. So if you like this video, you can check us out on all our other social media pages or at iowaatlasspecific.com.